You are listening to the Julie Parker Practice Success Podcast, where you discover management insights and strategies for your successful dental practice. There are also interviews with key people in the industry who have advice and services to help you and your team achieve great success. Welcome to this episode of the Julie Parker Practice Success Podcast. And this particular episode, if you're just listening to it on the podcast, this is also being played on YouTube as well. I've got a video aspect of this because I've got something big to show you, but I will make it as detailed as possible. So if you can't get to the YouTube version, you can use your lovely mind and imagine what I'm talking about. I'm pretty excited. This is a project that I've wanted to tackle for some years, and for some reason this year was the year that I did it. Everyone knows that I've had the My Awesome Diary for many years. This is an A5 spiral wire bound 6-month diary designed just for dental receptionists. And so this is what you use for the daily operations of your dental practice. Great for receptionists and also practice managers as well. But the project I'm talking about is this. And I'm holding up a hefty A4 size wire bound My Awesome Planner. Not My Awesome Diary, but My Awesome Planner. And as you can see, there's many pages. It's actually a full year, this planner. A lot of people were asking for an A4 version of the My Awesome Diary. Because I wanted to do a planner as well, I thought this would be the A4 version of a product that we organize. And what this planner is all about is having a full year of quite intentional actions to get better. Get better at mastering the skills that are a part of your job. Get better in terms of your self-awareness and self-development, therefore your interactions with yourself and also with the others around you as well. A few opportunities within these pages to do some reflection, some contemplation, what is important to me, who am I, and also the tried and true method of identifying great goals for your life, for your business as well, and also a great pathway forward to actually achieving those goals. So what I thought I'd do today is to step you through the pages of My Awesome Planner and hopefully entice you, excite you, make you so enthusiastic for the coming year that you might go out and purchase this and make this coming year your turning point, biggest year yet. Okay, so it feels like a bit of a Bible for those people on podcast only. It's lovely, big, meaty, heavy, something to keep on the desk. And in the first few pages, you'll find the elements of growth. And so I am very big on constant and never-ending improvement. CANI. Constant and never-ending improvement. And it's a concept that has been widely used, but I learned it all from Tony Robbins. And what I've identified on my constant and never-ending improvement journey are the things that I used to resist that I needed to embrace in order to grow, in order to consistently improve. One of those things, and the first one on my list here, is feedback. Not many of us get trained into or become comfortable with receiving feedback from others. It always feels like a bit of a cut. It feels like a bit of criticism. However, when I went through my Toastmasters journey, that's a group, a worldwide group that's been around for a long time to help develop public speaking skills, that got me so used to that concept of feedback, I became super comfortable with it. And the minute you become comfortable with feedback, you can start having other people help you identify pathways to improvement, areas to get better in. The second step is mistakes. The second area to get really comfortable with is mistakes. Mistakes aren't a bad thing. If mistakes are because we've got a bad attitude, then sure, we can always have regretful mistakes. But when mistakes are made in the process of learning, that is a good thing. Indeed, mistakes must be happening. That's how we learn. And there is not one skill that you've developed without making mistakes. Everything we have learned, we have made mistakes on the path and journey towards mastery. So embrace those mistakes. Another another area to get really comfortable with, because it is an element of growth, is practice. Allow yourself the time to practice and repeat, modify, practice, repeat, modify how you do the thing so you get good at doing the thing. This is a common thing that's very difficult for teams sometimes. You know, I told my team members once, twice how to do something. If they haven't learned it by then, they must be stupid. But no, we all need that opportunity to practice and repeat. For example, if I told you how to write a unicycle, do you think you would learn how to ride a unicycle? No way. And do you think the first time you got up on the unicycle, you would know how to learn the unicycle? No. What about after the second, third, fourth, fifth time? No. You will be falling off, making mistakes, failing, riding that unicycle all the way up until that one time you just happen to stay on because you have modified how you do it so you can do it really well, so you can master it. So allow mistakes. Also, a fourth element is incompetence. A lot of us resist learning something new, having a consultant come into the dental practice, for example, and suggest different ways of doing things, going off to do a course, trying a new hobby, learning a new language, doing a new thing, because we don't feel comfortable with the feeling that always precedes learning, and that is a feeling of incompetence on how to do it. We love feeling confident, competent, knowing what we're all on about, knowing what we're doing. However, if we're learning something new, of course we're going to feel incompetent at the start. However, that's a very temporary phase before we start to go through practice, repetition, modification, adopting all of the information that we need to learn how to do the new thing. And very soon we move from incompetence to competence. So get real comfortable with incompetence. Then in the My Awesome Planner, we go into self-confidence. Self-confidence is such a crucial thing to be in control of within yourself and to build up within yourself, because it will change the things that you tackle, to try something new, to learn that new thing, to move through those feelings of incompetency while you're practicing to master things. You need an element of self-confidence to do that. And the example I love to share is, if you can imagine there is a childhood swimming class on at a local pool, and on the edge of the pool there's two young boys. They're both, say, 6 years old, for example. One young boy has got the floaties on, he's got the swimming cap on, he's got the goggles on, he's feeling very anxious and nervous, he's constantly looking over to his mum on the sidelines. Oh my God, I'm so anxious, I'm so nervous, I don't want to be in the water, I don't want to put my head under the water, oh my God. And then you've got another little boy who is not getting the floaties on because he's too eager to jump into the pool, and his parents pulling him back. Wait, we have to get all your safety gear on. No, I want to jump in the pool now, come on. Which of those two children do you think will learn quicker how to swim? It'll be the one with great confidence. The opposite of self-confidence is low confidence, and low confidence often comes with a lot of fear and anxiety, and it is an enormous hurdle to get over when we're trying to learn something new. And so do whatever you can to build up your own self-confidence, and we've got some hints and tips within the My Awesome Planner on how to do that as well. Lovely lesson for your team members too. They will learn more swiftly if they are feeling self-confident and they feel like you've got confidence in them as well. The next phase of the My Awesome Planner is a process that I have recently read about in a book called An Earned Life. This is by executive coach Marshall Goldsmith. He is an American guy. He is towards the end of his career now, but he has written many books. He's had enormous success in coaching C-suite executives and sports stars. And in this book, An Earned Life, he encourages people, the people that he coaches in real life, to write 2 letters to themselves. And this goes down the path of failure and mistakes and how we frame that, how we think about that, the meaning we attach to that. And these 2 letters really struck me as being a great step forward in that space and claiming a bit more power back. Quite often when we reflect back over our time, over our life, over our experiences, we can highlight areas that we think about now and still feel a sense of embarrassment or shame or regret about. But in actual fact, it's been those sort of situations, just like all the other experiences of life, that have helped us become the magnificently wonderful, masterful human we are today. We've got a long way to go. We've always, and all of us have a long way to go. However, right now we have achieved a certain level of competence and mastery in all sorts of aspects of our life. And instead of reflecting back over past experiences and feeling that sense of regret over any of the failures or mistakes that we made, write a letter to yourself thanking yourself for all of the events, and be specific with some of these events. Thank you for that event, which I didn't manage very well at the time, because I learned so much and it really helped me become a better leader, a better team member, a better trainer, a better daughter, a better son, a better spouse, a better whatever. And you thank yourself for providing your life with so many helpful lessons to develop your skills as a human being. That will help you embrace all of your past mistakes, embrace all the things that you at the time felt quite regretful about as very worthy learning opportunities. And so it helps us to reframe what mistakes and failure mean to us. The second letter that you're encouraged to write is a letter to your future self. So you think about all of the areas and ways that you wanted to develop even more so as a human being. It could be, I want to be an even better leader. I want to learn a new language. I want to learn how to cook. I want to become a better parent to my child. I want to become a leader of charitable organizations. Whatever it might be, think about what your goals in life are at the moment. Your goals naturally, organically change over time, but at the moment, what are your goals? And then think about the series of skills, characteristics, strengths you need to develop in order to achieve those goals. Now, write a letter to your future self, thanking your future self for the actions that you're going to take, and if you can, start specifying some of those actions in this letter. And thank your future self for doing the work that was required in order to achieve the goals that you had right now and become the person you aspired to be right now. Tremendous exercise, I think. After that, we go into your strong identity. So the co-founder of Julie Parker Practice Success, Charles Kovess, Australasia's passion provocateur, speaks about your strong identity. And what your strong identity does, it helps you to be very clear about who you are, what capabilities and strengths you possess right now. It also helps you develop an idea of the identity you are becoming and evolving into. So it covers things like your principles, your values, capabilities that you have already developed, daily disciplines, attitudes to each day's challenges. And when you start to identify your strong identity, you recognize you are on that journey. So it really does help you to focus on all your strengths. It stops you from telling yourself that you're hopeless and you never get anything done, and all the other very unhelpful self-talk that we have going on about ourselves. So it gives us a bit of a bird's eye view over our own life and what we're really good at. And so there is an exercise in there where you get to start to identify your identity, your very strong self-identity, and how you can use that moving forward to really empower you on your coming year journey within the My Awesome Planner. Then we move into how to achieve goals. Quite often, as you know, we set a goal. Quite often it's on the 1st of January. And then the next time we think about that goal, it could be the next day, and then a little bit the day after that, and then we don't think about it so much for the next few days. And then a month or two down the track, we think, oh gosh, I still haven't done anything about achieving that goal. What we need to do is to actually create a plan around the goals that we set. And within the My Awesome Planner, we have got 5-step process that, regardless of the size of your goal, you use this 5-step process and you will far more likely achieve the goals that you identify for yourself. And so we've got a series of worksheets that you can complete within the My Awesome Planner, identifying all those goals and creating your plan for them. We also go through what Charles Kovess talks about with the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule, where you start to truly identify the actions that you take, the 20% of actions that you take that generate 80% of your results. And we build that concept into your everyday as well. And then we get into the days themselves. So to give you an idea of what these days look like, we've got a spare area here, so you can write the date in there, so you can start your powerful year off anytime because you're entering the date itself. But otherwise, we've got the Monday through to Sunday days. The top section is the 5 most important things you get done, that 80-20 rule, the 20% of things that you can get done that day that will generate really strong results over any of the other tasks that you identified for yourself on your to-do list. Little tick boxes to get those done, and then a whole big section there. So you can write down quotes, your plan, how your week went. It's really important that you do write down either in your My Awesome Planner or in an online calendar, for example. Write down what does fill your day. If you're seeing patients, for example, from 8 in the morning through to 12:30, put that in there, right in there, lunch. When you call family members, when you catch up with friends, when you are working on the business, when you're working on your hobbies, put everything in your My Awesome Planner or your online calendar, because at the end of every week, we're moving you through a really important step, and that is the weekly audit. And what the weekly audit is, it helps you identify upon reflection, because you'll forget what that week was made up of. You will reflect back over the past week and have a look at what worked well. My goodness, I got a lot of things done in the mornings. That must be my most productive time. That's good for me to know. What worked well as well, I felt like I had a really happy week, and just so happens I did a couple of social events with friends and family that week too. It must be something that I need to feel like I'm being successful. And then the second section is what did not work well this past week. It could be I had 5 social events that I didn't quite have time for. I didn't get any of my work done. But you're looking back and looking for areas that have worked well, so you maintain those, make them bigger. And the areas that didn't work well, when didn't you stick to the routine you promised yourself was going to be your plan? Did you overschedule and there were too many things that you didn't get enough done, so you felt like you didn't actually achieve anything? So you identify all the things that didn't work well and make a plan to flip that into something else the coming week. Just your awareness of what works well in your life and what doesn't work so well in your life is very powerful. But when you can go to that next step and say, well, what am I going to do about it this coming week? Then that's going to be even more powerful in your life. Then, when you get to the end of every 4-week period, we have got what got me here won't get me there. This is the end of every 4-week period. This is a monthly reflection and contemplation of what's been. Again, another Marshall Goldsmith concept. It's actually the name of one of his books. What got me here won't get me there. And it recognizes that we need to shift our behaviors, our actions, our habits in order to achieve any kind of improved success than we've already done so to date. Because all of our behaviors have brought us to this point. If we wanted to get to a higher, different point or a different kind of success, we need to be doing different things. And that's what this process helps with. So it's an exercise you do every 4 weeks, and you look at your current routine in terms of morning routine, evening downtime routine, exercise and diet, and spiritual practice and self-awareness. You could also include family in there as well. And then the second column is planned routine for the coming month. So you're reflecting in each of these key areas of your life, one area at a time, and you think to yourself, in order for me to achieve my goals that I've already established at the start of this planner, at the start of this year, when I look at my morning routine, my evening routine, etc., what do I need to change in terms of my actions, my behaviors, my habits, my mindset even, in order for the coming month to better serve me in the achievement of my goals? And so we do that little self-audit on the month every 4 weeks as well. So I'm super excited about the My Awesome Planner. I feel really proud of it, and I am going to be using it exactly the way I'm describing to use it, just to have a look about what kind of year it's going to deliver to me as well. I really hope this has inspired you as a pathway that could really help you get more out of your world this coming year. And remember what Tony Robbins says, that we feel as human beings happy when we feel like we are progressing. And this is a marvelous way to make sure that you get those feelings of progress in your world. If you wanted to purchase my awesome planner, it is $85 plus GST. All the purchase links are in the show notes, whether you're on the podcast or on the YouTube version. And if you have any questions or feedback, please let me know. I would love to hear experiences of how people have been moving through this process, as it's been designed to get some really strong results for you. I hope you have a fantastic time until we speak next. See you later. If you enjoyed today's podcast, then you should come along and join the club. The club is a whole library of lunch and learns, with new lunch and learns being produced all the time, that help your dental team gain greater success in your systems, in your team behaviours, in your patient management, in your patient engagement, in their treatment plans. They are usually around half an hour in length, and so team members can sit down, be paid for their lunch break, eat lunch while they're being inspired, and delivered all of these insights and strategies that can be implemented so you all achieve greater levels of success. Also, Amina and I, my buddy from Dental Management Expertise, have a company, Dental Business Mastery, together. And our flagship online 1-year course for dental practice managers and dental practice owners to learn how to very successfully manage your dental practice is available. Head over to dentalbusinessmastery.com.au to find out more information, and has information about any other courses that we've got available. Also, make sure you do jump onto my website, julieparkerpracticesuccess.com.au, and you will see a whole load of free information. There are articles, the blog, downloads, templates, a whole load of things that are designed to help you overcome any specific challenge that you've got going on in your practice at the moment. If you have any suggestions of topics or guests that I can have on the podcast, please let me know. Thanks for listening.